We have our heading.
Here we go!
From the magic within our hearts to the adventure beyond the horizon, there is only one.
Geometry.
Good morning or good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Right now, yo estoy en el Parque de la Ciencia. Probably estoy aprendiendo algo nuevo, or I'm just using it as an excuse porque I never go out of school, so I'm gonna take that chance. Y ahora mismo I'm having a good time, o está lloviendo, I don't know what's happening. I'll let you know. Pero for now, today on this class, I'm going to be explaining to you what are the special parallelograms, also known as the famous rectangles. Okay, so today we're gonna be learning about that. After we finish this module, you're gonna be doing a Google Forms that I made for you guys so you can solve it and use it, right, for your own benefit for points. I think I'm going to make it 10 points or 15 points. I'm still not sure. I'm going to do it after I do this presentation. So let's get to work real quick. Let's put advanced. Let me share my screen. Okay, there we go. So today we're going to be learning about special rectangles, right? Special parallelograms, also known as rectangles. Now, as I go on, I recommend you to write in your notebooks, please. Write on your notebooks. So now we're going to do this objective that's recognize and apply properties of rectangles. And then we're going to be determining where the parallelograms are rectangles. Now, here we have a basic example, right? For those who are in theater, it says, Leonardo's in charge of set design for a school play. He needs to use paint to create the appearance of a doorway on a lightweight solid wall. So basically, he just needs to do a doorway on a wall. The doorway is to be a rectangle. 30 is to be a rectangle that's 36 inches wide and 80 inches tall. So if you do it in this form, it's going to be 36 wide and 80 inches tall. That's how it works. So how can Leonardo be sure that he paints a rectangle? Well, he has to be sure, obviously. First of all, he has to draw on the floor these two dimensions and then connect them, because a rectangle are going to have congruent sides on both sides. This 80 and this 36. If he can prove that those sides are going to be congruent, then he has himself a rectangle. Okay, so let's start with the basic properties. Properties of a rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. By definition, a rectangle has the following properties. All 4. Okay. Properties are all 4 angles are right angles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Opposite sides are parallel and congruent. Opposite sides. Opposite angles are congruent. These are congruent, these are congruent. And consecutive angles are supplementary. So that means that if I add these two, it's going to equal 180 degrees. And we're also going to have diagonals that they bisect each other. Diagonals that bisect each other. Okay, so these 5 are going to be the basic properties of a rectangle, and they're important. When I come back, I'm still going to teach you perimeter and area once again, that we already did it, but in the PSCT format. Now, the diagonals of a rectangle. If a parallelogram is a rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. So that means that if JL measures, for example, 10, MK will also measure 10. Okay, so the diagonals of any rectangle are going to be congruent. They're going to be congruent. Now, look at these examples that we have down here. It looks a little bit difficult, but it's pretty easy. It says, the Parks and Wildlife Organization plans to add 2 diagonal walking paths. 1 diagonal, 2 diagonals. Now, as shown, to one of its rectangular parts, if PS is 180, that means that from here to here is 180. And then it says that PR is 200 meters. So that means that from here to here is 200 meters. Find QT. We have to find QT. So we have to find from here to here. Pretty easy. If QS is the same thing as PR, right? QS is the same thing as PR, so that means that this is also 200 meters. And if we want to find the half of 200 meters, you just divide it by 2 because this is going to be 100 and this will also be 100. So the measurement of TQ, that's from here to here, is 100 meters, as shown right here. 100 meters. You just divide it by 2. It says another process, but that process is too hard. Now, let's refer to this figure in example 1. If you may pause the video here and do 1A and 1B as practice. I suppose you paused it. So if you didn't, you can just do it with me. It says if TS is 120, TS, so this is going to equal 120. So if TS is 120, PR is going to be double that because if this is 120, this will also be 120. 120 plus 120 is 240. And if QS is 240, PR will also be 240. So PR equals 240 meters. Now, let's use the same graph to do measurement of PRS. So if PRS, this angle right here, measures 64, this angle right here measures 64 degrees. Find the measurement of SQR. 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 How can we find SQR? That's this angle right here. This is the angle that we're going to be finding. This angle right here. This is pretty simple. If this angle is 64, right? This angle 64, that means that this angle is also 64 because they're congruent. 64 and 64. So if these two are 64, what can I do to find this angle? Right? So then I can find this angle. Subtracted by 180. So if I want to find angle T, that's going to be 180 minus 64 minus 64. And 180 minus 64 minus 64. 52. So this equals 52. So this here is 52 degrees. And if this is 52, how much would this be? Because this is a line pair. So 180 minus 52 is going to equal 128. So this is 128 degrees. And if this is an isosceles angle, because they're going to be congruent, 120, 180 minus 120. 128, sorry. 128 minus 180. This equals 52 divided by 2. 52 divided by 2 gonna equal 26. So this angle is 26 degrees, and this angle is also 26 degrees. You could have also done it the following way. If you know that this angle is 90, 90 minus 64 is 26. So if there's 26, this will also be 26. You can do it either way. So the angle of SQR is 26 degrees. There we go. And we're done with that one. Now let's go to the second page. You can also use the properties of rectangles along with algebra to find missing values. Like for this example, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it alone, not using this explanation. This explanation is kind of weird. There you go. There you go. Okay, so if we're going to find, like it says here, the quadrilateral JKLM, JKLM is a rectangle. So that means that all of the angles measure 90. 90. If KJL, K, J, and L, this angle right here, if this angle right here measures 2x plus 4, and at JK and JLK, JLK, this angle right here measures 7x plus 5. What can I do to find the value of x? They're not going to be congruent. Remember, the ones that are going to be congruent is this angle and this angle. But these are going to add up to 90. Because if this is 90, pues ¿cuánto le falta para llegar a 90? Estos dos. Pues what I can do is the following. 2x plus 4 plus 7x plus 5 plus 90 equals 180. Because I'm only observing this triangle. If I take it out, the same thing as this. It's 90. This here is 2x plus 4. And this here is 7x plus 5. I add them up and equal to 180. I solve it. This equals 9x plus 9 equals 90 minus 9. 9x equals 81 divided by 9. X equals 9. That's your final value. X equals 9. Now with that same example, you're going to be doing practice number 2. So I recommend you to stop the video now and do this practice. Okay, if you didn't, because I'm pretty sure que ustedes lo están viendo completo, but you're going to do it with me. But I do recommend to pause the video right now. Hopefully you paused it. If not, pues seguimos. Voy a estar borrando esto so I can do example number 2. That's why I recommend you to copy it in your notebooks. Number 2 says, refer to the figure example 2. If JP es de aquí, measures 3y minus 5. 3y minus 5. And then it says that MK, que es de aquí, measures 5y plus 1. So all of this, 5y plus 1. Find the value of y. So if in one example, they're giving me half of the value, and in this one, they're giving me the total value, I can either do 2 things. Number 1, I can multiply this by 2 because it's double MK. Example, JP is the same. 2 times JP is the same thing as MK. Or JP is the same as 1/2 MK. You can do it either way. So I'm going to do the first way. 2 times 3y minus 5 equals 5y plus 1. I multiply the values. 6y minus 10 equals 5y plus 1. I move the y's. Y equals 11. Ya está. Y equals 11. And that's how you do the second example. You have to relate the sides with the other side. So if I give you a whole side, you know that's half of one side. And if I give you one side, that's double the other side. Like in this example, this is double JP. And this is half JP. So if you have any doubts, now is a good moment to comment in classroom. Mister, what the actual hell is this? We need you back. And I'm going to say, look, I'm right now having the time of my life cuando yo no salgo de la escuela. So, pero nada, when I come back, well, yes, I'm going to explain it if you still have doubts, but I'm pretty sure that que lo pudieron entender. We're still going to do some examples, so más adelante te les voy a dejar saber eso. Now, proving that parallelograms are rectangles, right? All the parallelograms are rectangles if they at least have one 90-degree angle. This part is not important, so you can just, doesn't matter. Okay, this part doesn't matter. This part doesn't matter. This part doesn't matter. You're never ever going to see this, right? In your SATs or PSATs. And if you see them, I'm just going to explain them in that moment. But right now, it's not important. Trust me. So with that said, we're going to be doing together another practice example, and I'm going to give you this one so you can practice, but I'm going to do it in a Google Forms. So let's do this example number 2. Let's take it out of here. Take a screenshot. There you go. Okay. Let's do this example. It says, in quadrilateral DEFG is a rectangle. So it says that this is a rectangle, congruent diagonals, congruent angles, congruent sides. Así. Now, if FD equals 3x minus 7, so FD from here to here equals 3x minus 7. All of this. And EG, that's the opposite side, equals x plus 5. So if they give me both sides, I can strongly say that FD is congruent, is the same thing as EG. So I can equal them. I can totally equal them. For number 5, I can put 3x minus 7 equals x plus 5. I move the x's. This equals 12. This equals 2x divided by 2. X equals 6. But they're telling me find EG. So EG equals 6 plus 5. This equals 11. There's your solution. Ya está. Now let's do number 6. And number 6 says, measurement of EFD equals 2x minus 3. Right? So EFD, so EFD, this angle right here, this angle measures 2x minus 3. And DFG, so this angle right here, this other angle right next to it, this one, measures x plus 12. Find the measurement of EFD. This is very easy. All of the angles inside of a rectangle add up to 360, but one angle adds up to 90. So if this is 90, this will also be 90. So I have to add them up and equal it to 90 degrees. That's the only way that we can do that. So number 6 is going to be x plus 12 plus 2x minus 3 equals 90. Because if I add them, they're right angle. 3x plus 9 equals 90 minus 9. 3x equals 81 divided by 3. X equals 27. Let me check that's true. What is this? Okay. 27, 100%. But yeah, 27. I was correct. So x equals 27. But they're telling me find the value of EFD. So EFD is 2x minus 3. Instead of x, we put 2 times 27. This equals 54 minus 3, and this equals 51 degrees. Angle EFD is 51 degrees. Y pues sí, con eso termino today's lesson, ¿verdad? If you have any doubts, email me. You can call me. If I don't pick it up, lo más probable I'm having the time of my life. So I can't answer you. Pero I'll try to get back to you, ¿verdad? Once I get back. Si está en Cooper, ¿verdad? Geometry Cooper, nosotros sí nos vemos el viernes, pero Geometry Murph no nos vemos el viernes. So, tengo que ver what am I gonna do with you guys, pero se lo voy a dejar saber después. Pero nada, that will be all. Have a great day. Do the Google Forms. Do the Google Form. There are only 2 exercises. Do it. It's pretty good for you guys, okay? Pero nada, nos vemos. Have a great day. And always remember que Benjamin loves you. Dale. Nos vemos. Bye.